Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another videos the paid request? This time for Lucas, and for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, Lucas wanted me to talk about ideas for Indiana Jones 5, but he did say this. If Indiana Jones had to happen, how would you do it? One rule is the movie has to happen. You can't just cancel it. So he read my mind. I have assumptions of what you would probably do. Do Indiana Jones old, just rewrite the story your way? I guess so, because that's the only way I could see it if I had to do it. Retest Indiana Jones? No. There's one Indiana Jones and only one Indiana Jones. Have Buck Williams, Indy's son, take up the mantle? No. I mean, I don't mind Shia like I know a lot of people do. Not like him. I don't mind him. But no, again, that was one of the fun things about Indiana Jones 4 was that you think he's going to take it and then Indy takes the hat. Thought that was great. Or any other idea you could think of, feel free to give your thoughts and along with what the story could be. So I had to think about this for a bit. Because again, he did read my mind. I would have just said cancel the movie. So I'm sitting there knowing, well, okay. No recasting Indy because Harrison Ford is Indy. I would, if you had to do a fifth and final one, I would bring back Karen Allen as Marion, since they just got married. I would say Shia's character's off, being his own man, doing his own stuff. And I would, instead, for the trio, I would have T. Hoy Kwan come back. Which I know recently he won a Golden Globe for Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is cool. I would have him come back as Short Round, or we get to know his name and all this other stuff. He could develop his character, and the three of them, because I think that'd be cool. Short Round and Marion being in the same movie, I think that'd be a cool link together. And if you don't add a fourth ally, like you have Sala in there, of course, John Rhys Davies, or a rival who teams up. You have like a rival adventurer that the name has been bandied about, and he teams up with our trio, and the four of them go on this adventure. And that fourth is Harrison Ford. What are you talking about? It's his twin. I would cast Tom Selleck. I would cast Tom Selleck because I think that'd be fun to see. As he was originally going to be Indiana Jones, I think it'd be fun to see him in an Indiana Jones. I mean, the closest we got was an episode of Madam P.I. where he wore the similar outfit. But for those who don't know the story, he was going to be Indiana Jones, but then the Madam P.I. people said, nope, we gotta use him for the show. But the show was delayed for so long that he could have done both. He could have filmed the movie and the show at the same, and he could have done both. So Tom Selleck missed out on that because people didn't know how to schedule their stuff. Now, great, I think Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones, but that's what I mean. It'd be fun to see if you want to see Harrison Ford, to see Tom Selleck in a role, and again as a rival, archaeology, and again there's rivalry between the two. But then he becomes an ally, and the four of them team up. Now, as for the story, that's a bit tougher. I would say a few things. One, it'd be nice for either an opening scene or something to that effect that they battle and stop Lao She, because that was something left up in the air in Temple of Doom that was never finished. At the beginning of Temple of Doom, where Lao She gave him the plane and screwed them over. Have an action scene where they actually stop him and finish that. Tie that up in a ribbon, in a bow. And that could be with the help of a grown-up Short Round, and T. Hoy Kwan can showcase his martial arts and a bit more of his acting. And then Sala can be in it. You get reference Shia like he's off doing whatever. And I think that's the tough thing. What would they be looking for? Because he already hit the big ones. The Ark of the Covenant, you hit the Holy Grail. I would say you combine two. Is it'll be convoluted, but I would say combine Atlantis with Excalibur. That the artifact is Excalibur, and that Excalibur was made from Atlantis. Atlantis, the fallen city with all this technology, they're able to have crazy amount of metal and material that's never been seen before or since. And one of the only relics to live on was Excalibur that somehow made its way to, drifting along throughout the years and decades, to the lake and the Lady of the Lake, where someone had it and it became such a powerful sword that conquered kingdoms. Then that sword was let go, and so it could start off with, now you don't realize it's Excalibur first, but you realize it's finding info. Either the finale would be in Atlantis, probably a build up to it, and maybe they find like maybe the journey is for Excalibur first and foremost. It's not an artifact for the museum. It'd be a great prize for the museum. But then find out info about Atlantis, and it just, I wrote down Excalibur. It's not a weapon forged in this world, but in another, and that other world is Atlantis, and this is the last remaining relic. It could cut through anything because of how unique it was made, but the metal, maybe either it has clues to find Atlantis, and that other people want to find that sword, so it could be used as a weapon against the bad guys, but also it has clues to where Atlantis is, because its metal could be used as another energy source, because you think throughout the years it's going to be around the Cuban Missile Crisis, because the fourth one was 57. I forget what year it was. So if it's been another 10 or so years, give or take, say, about the Cuban Missile Crisis, and it could be the Soviets and the Cubans being the bad guys. So it's not just Nazis once again. Okay, Soviets like in the fourth film, but also have the Cubans in there as well. A little bit different type of villains. Maybe have someone like Javier Bardem be the main bad guy. And they want to use this energy to destroy America, whatever you want to put it. Nuclear war. Indy and the Dane help stop it. They're able to get the sword. And one thing leads to another. I don't know how it would work in the plot wise. I just have this idea of somehow the sword, when it's found, but it needs to be hidden. And also somehow at the end, Indy finally finds the Ark of the Covenant again. Just from the very beginning in Raiders of the Lost Ark is to find that, and it belongs in a museum. But the fact that maybe it doesn't go in the museum, it goes into an attraction, so it's hidden in plain sight, because people think it's fake. People think it's phony. But at the same time, that can't be the case, because if someone accidentally opens it, everyone's going to die. So I just like the idea of Indy finally getting the Ark of the Covenant into a museum, but I don't know how you would work that. I also like the idea that he has his eyes shut, but he puts the Excalibur and the Ark of the Covenant. Just seems like a cool melding of two worlds. But once again, I don't know how you would implement that in the plot. This is why I would need like 3 or 4 other people to help me out with these ideas. I think it'd be cool to have Indy at one point meet JFK. It also depends with this type of stuff. I mean, I guess you wouldn't be changing history, so you have to keep what it is. But so like the Cuban Missile Crisis, like what calm that down. It was Indy in the game. I don't know, just something about all that stuff with Atlantis and the Excalibur, like an artifact, the Excalibur sword, a unique place being Atlantis. So you have a unique item, you have a unique location, you have a grand adventure to combine more than one legend and somehow find a link between the two. Maybe the Arctic Covenant, maybe you don't need to put that in there. And because there was reference in Indy 4, there was a reference to that because it's the same warehouse. Like, those are some of my roundabout ideas, and I just like the fact of Marion being part of this. I think Karen Allen is a sweetheart. I like the fact of T-Hort Kwan coming back, because showing how much he's different from a kid to now, and how he's able to keep up with Indy and help out Indy. I also like the idea of Tom Selleck. It'd be at the end, of course, Indiana Jones doing what he needs to do, but like the four of them. Maybe Harrison Ford thinks Tom Selleck's putting the moves on Karen Allen. He gets jealous and upset, and Harrison Ford, Tom Selleck butting heads. I think that could be some fun back and forth rapport. I just think there's some entertainment that could be had through all that. And I think I came up with a title, and I forget what it was called already. Because I like Destiny being part of the title, but Dial of Destiny, I don't know, I just don't care for that. So I think the title I came up with was something like Indiana Jones and... Well, actually, The Dawn of Fate. That's to put Indiana Jones and The Dawn of Fate. Now, the fate could be, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Will we go into nuclear war? Indy and them stop it. This sword is going to be used as a power source to help create maybe worse than a nuclear bomb. The next step up. And there's a power source from the city of Atlantis. We see find bits of that. And I just like that Indiana Jones and the Dawn of Fate. I like the way that sounds. Just Dawn of Fate sounds mysterious. Dial of Destiny sounds like 1-800 I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Dial of Jericho. I don't know, just Dial of it. So Dawn of Fate. I think there was a Terminator game called Dawn of Fate, but this would be better used than that Terminator game. But yeah, that's sort of a spitball of ideas. But with that said, thanks for watching. Thank you once again, Lucas, and we'll see you guys later.